You can feel it, can't you? That quiet shift, that subtle distance, that sense that something is changing between you and the person you care about. Nothing dramatic, nothing obvious, just a growing silence and a version of them you can't seem to reach anymore. Before we go deeper, do this for yourself. Subscribe so you never miss messages that protect your emotional well-being. Like the video to support the channel. Comment "I'm listening" if you're ready to understand what's really happening. Distance doesn't start loud, it starts quiet. When someone starts pulling away emotionally, it rarely begins with a fight. It rarely begins with something obvious or dramatic. It starts silently, with small changes, subtle shifts, and moments that don't feel the same. You may notice their tone is different. Their presence feels lighter. Their attention doesn't land on you the way it used to. You ask yourself, am I imagining this? Is something wrong? Did I do something? Why do I feel so far from someone standing right next to me? Emotional distance is confusing because it doesn't announce itself. It creeps in softly, gradually, quietly enough for you to doubt your own intuition, but deeply enough for you to feel it in your chest. This video is not about blaming your partner. It's not about assuming the worst. It's about clarity. It's about understanding behaviors that many people overlook. It's about giving you the awareness to protect your emotional well-being and respond from strength, not anxiety. Let's break down the first signs. Sign 1, their conversations with you become surface level. One of the earliest and most painful signs that your partner is emotionally pulling away is when the depth of your conversations collapses. You notice that they stop opening up. They stop sharing their worries. They stop venting like they used to. They avoid deeper topics. They answer, but they don't engage. They talk, but they don't connect. You start hearing, "I'm tired. It's nothing. I'm fine. Let's talk later." What's happening psychologically is simple. When someone pulls away emotionally, they begin protecting their inner world. They stop letting you in. Not because you're unworthy of closeness, but because they are internally withdrawing. Conversation becomes functional, not emotional. Words become shorter. Responses become flatter. The space between you becomes filled with silence. That once held connection, you might question yourself, you might try harder, you might over-explain or over-ask. But the truth is, when emotional intimacy fades, conversation is the first thing to change. And your heart feels it long before your mind can explain it. Sign 2, they're physically present but emotionally absent. One of the most confusing signs is when your partner is there, but not with you. They sit beside you, they sleep next to you, you share the same space, but not the same energy. They used to reach for your hand, now they keep their arms crossed. They used to lean into you, now their body turns away. They used to look at you with warmth, now their eyes look past you, as if their thoughts are somewhere else entirely. This kind of emotional withdrawal hurts deeply because it's invisible. You can't point to anything specific. Nothing happened, but something has changed. Psychologically, this happens when someone begins detaching to protect themselves from the intimacy they no longer feel ready to maintain. Your mind notices the shift even if you can't articulate it. They feel distracted, they seem uninterested, their energy feels distant, their affection becomes minimal, their presence feels different. You begin to feel lonely, even when you're not alone. And loneliness inside a relationship is one of the most painful emotional experiences a person can go through. Sign 3, they stop making an effort. Effort is love's way of saying, "I care." Not through grand gestures, but through consistency. Emotional distance becomes visible when your partner slowly stops trying. They stop planning things. They stop checking in on you. They stop doing the small things that mattered before. They stop noticing your feelings. They stop nurturing the relationship. What used to be natural now feels forced or gone. They used to send good morning texts. They used to ask how your day went. They used to show interest in your life. They used to make you feel chosen. But now you feel like an afterthought, like the relationship is coasting on old momentum instead of fresh intention. You try to tell yourself they're busy. You try to rationalize it. You try to be understanding. But deep down, you feel the truth. They aren't showing up the way they used to. And effort doesn't fade accidentally. It fades when emotional investment fades. Sign 3, their effort slowly fades. It's rarely the dramatic moments that signal emotional distance. Most of the time, it's the gradual slowing down. Not the absence of love, but the absence of investment. Effort is more than big gestures. It shows up in the small things. The check-ins they use to initiate, the conversations they used to start, the presence they used to bring, the curiosity they used to show about your day, your feelings, your world. When someone begins to emotionally withdraw, their curiosity becomes convenience, their attention becomes selective, their energy becomes elsewhere, even if they're physically beside you. And the toughest part, you can feel the difference because effort has a texture. You can feel when someone is leaning in and when someone is quietly stepping back. The psychology behind the change. People pull away for three main reasons: internal overwhelm, stress, personal issues, unspoken fears, emotional avoidance, protecting themselves from vulnerability, shifted priorities, something else has taken more space in their mind. None of these automatically mean the relationship is over, but they do mean something important. The emotional contract is no longer balanced, and ignoring it won't fix it. Silence won't fix it. Pretending won't fix it. Awareness, that's where healing begins. Sign 4, communication becomes surface level. When emotional closeness fades, communication is the first place it becomes visible. Not because someone stops talking entirely, but because they stop talking deeply. Your conversations begin to shrink. How was your day? Good. I was fine. Did you eat? Yeah. What are you doing later? Not sure. Nothing is wrong on the surface, yet everything feels different underneath. The vibrancy is gone. The warmth is gone. The openness is gone. They are responding, but not connecting. The real reason this hurts, we don't bond through words. We bond through vulnerability. When someone no longer lets you into their internal world, their thoughts, fears, dreams, struggles, you feel the door closing, even if they're smiling on the other side. And it's confusing because they're still there. They still talk. They still respond. But emotionally, they're miles away. The mindset shift you need right now, instead of, why aren't they talking to me? Ask, what parts of themselves are they struggling to share and why? Because emotional withdrawal is rarely about the partner observing it. It's about the internal world of the person doing it. Sign 5, you feel the shift before you understand it. This is the most subtle sign, yet the most accurate. Emotional distance is often felt before it is seen. You feel a quiet tension, an unspoken change, conversations that don't feel the same, affection that feels differently charged, a presence that feels less present. Humans are intuitive. We sense emotional truth long before it's explained. The silent alarm inside you, your nervous system picks up. Tone, pacing, eye contact, energy, attention shifts. Your mind says something's different. Even when you can't articulate it, your body already knows. Why this matters? Because recognizing the shift early gives you something priceless. The chance to respond with clarity instead of panic. The chance to approach the situation with steadiness instead of fear. Awareness is not overreacting. Awareness is responsibility. How to respond without losing yourself. This is where most people go wrong. They panic, they chase, they over-explain, they over-attach. They try to win back connection with pressure, but emotional distance is never fixed by force. It's healed through presence, grounding, self-respect, patience, honesty. Let's break down the healthy approach. Step 1, breathe before you act. Emotional distance can trigger fear, insecurity, or old wounds. Before you respond, regulate your emotions. Take a walk, sit in silence, journal, breathe deeply. Remind yourself you're worthy of stable, mutual connection. Acting from fear usually damages what you're trying to save. Acting from clarity gives you strength. Step 2, reflect instead of accuse. Instead of, you've changed, you don't care anymore. You're pulling away. Try, I've been feeling some emotional distance lately and I want to understand it. This keeps the conversation open, not defensive. Step 3, listen to their inner world. You cannot understand emotional withdrawal if you don't understand the reason behind it. They might be overwhelmed, stressed, uncertain, or scared of disappointing you. Sometimes the distance isn't about you. It's about the battles they haven't shared. Let them speak, not to justify themselves, but to create clarity between you. Step 4, reaffirm your boundaries. Connection cannot be one-sided. You can't carry the relationship alone. You can't fix what they won't participate in. You can't heal on behalf of both people. Your boundaries are not punishments, they are protection. Say, I value our connection, but I also need emotional presence and effort. I want us to understand each other, not drift. Step 5, rebuild or release. After the conversation, 2 things happen. 1, they lean back in, they try again. They reconnect, they open up, they show effort. That's repair. 2, they stay distant, not because they're bad, but because they're not available. That's clarity. You can't lose someone who isn't choosing you. You can only lose illusions. And gaining clarity is never a loss. Emotional distance is not always the end of a relationship, but it's always the beginning of a truth. A truth about their emotional state. A truth about your needs. A truth about the connection you share. And you deserve a connection where presence is mutual, effort is consistent, and emotional safety flows both ways. You deserve clarity, not confusion. You deserve commitment, not guessing. You deserve a bond that includes you, not one that leaves you analyzing silence. Honor what you feel, honor what you need, honor who you are. If you found this video meaningful, supportive, or grounding, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Leave a comment about the part that resonated most with you. Share to your friends you think it would help. And stay tuned, more powerful self-growth contents are coming. Your healing, clarity, and emotional strength matter, and you deserve contents that supports your growth every day.